where do I even start with Miss Ma'am? Jackie, girl, what are you doing? Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain Love is Blind season 4 spoilers for episodes 1 through 11. So if you haven't watched it yet and you don't want spoilers, you should leave right now. If you have any predictions about what's gonna happen in the next batch of episodes, which will be the weddings, drop them in the comment section. Would love to discuss them. I'm gonna have my commentary up on the weddings either Friday or Saturday. They go up on Friday, so I'll either try to get them that same night or early on Friday the next day. Timestamps are in the description box if you do want to skip ahead, so let's get into it. So can I just say I feel for Zack. His story about how he grew up hit me right in the feels. I was like, ooh, is that a tear? Like, what's happening? When he was talking about how his ex-girlfriend's family didn't accept him because he grew up poor. When he was meeting Bliss's mom and sisters, the whole time when they were sitting there, I was like, is he gonna tell them that he chose another woman? And then he did, and I was like, good on him. Honestly, that made me view him in a much better light. Like, I didn't dislike him before. Well, I thought he had a poor judge of character before, but I didn't dislike him before. But when he did that, I was like, one, good on him, because they were going to watch the show and find out anyway. Two, what a stand-up guy. He could have been like, I love your daughter from the beginning. Like, I knew it was her, but he didn't. He said, look, I made a mistake. He owned up to that mistake, and he's done that to Bliss. But, like, to do that in front of her family, in front of her mom, her sisters who care so much about her, stand-up guy. Shout out to him for that. Not many men would have said that. And I think it really stood out to me because he did it unprompted. Even when he started to say, like, I fell in love with two people, Bliss was like, oh, you're gonna tell them everything? Yeah, girl, he telling them everything. Bliss's mom is everything. She was so welcoming to Zack, even after she found out about all of that stuff. And, you know, him talking about how his mom passed away, her saying, if you guys get married, you're gonna be a part of this family. I'm gonna be like a mom to you. What? Her mom is so inviting, everything. Now her dad, he wasn't with the shits at all. He was like, y'all are making the worst mistake of your life. You're gonna regret it in a month from now, and that's that. And I get that. I'm a realist, so I try to be as, you know, straightforward and real as I possibly can. But his realism was edging more towards pessimistic. He was like, it's never gonna work. What are you guys talking about? Like, I'm divorced. Nobody can do it. You know what I mean? He wasn't giving the energy that I feel like he should have been giving for a couple that's new and still in their honeymoon stage and everything is new and exciting. He was just like, it's all downhill from here. Going into the weddings, I'm rooting for these two. I really, really want to see them both say yes at the altar, and I really want to see them go far. I want a Cameron and Lauren love story out of this. Bougie, Britt, and Tiff. I really like Britt, y'all. It's like, okay, I know I haven't had anything negative to say about them this whole time, but either the producers are doing a great job at not showing any of their negativity, or they just don't have any. I don't know. I was talking to one of my friends, and she was saying, in the beginning, Britt was saying he has like commitment issues and all of these things. I don't remember him saying that, but apparently he said that. I just really, something about him I really love. And you know what I think it is? I feel like Britt has such a good community of black men around him, from his friends to his dad and his brother. And I feel like those men in his life would hold him accountable to be a good husband. Not that it's your friends and family's responsibility to hold you accountable for being a good husband, but I feel like they would keep him on the path that he needs to be in his relationship. I feel like he has a really good circle, and Tiff has a great circle of women around her too. So I think that those foundations that they both individually have is what's going to be able to bring them together, because they are starting off so strong and solid in their friend groups and their family, and they don't have it doesn't feel like they have a lot of baggage in those areas. So yeah, I think that's why I really love Brett. And now that I'm thinking about it, Tiffany also has that foundation as well. On top of that, Tiff had a bad day, and this man took her on a plane ride and had her a special dinner. So sis better say yes. I mean, what more could you need? He's so thoughtful. So of course, I'm rooting for them going into the weddings. Chelsea and Kwame. It's difficult with them. I want them to work, if that makes sense. When they were shopping and Chelsea said, I'm having so much fun with you. And Kwame's response was, are you? Sir. That was not the response. And this is not the first time Kwame... First off, I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Whenever I hear Chelsea say it, she says Kwame, and I feel like it's Kwame. I don't know. I need to go back and hear how he says it, but maybe I'm saying it wrong. I'm going to say it the way Chelsea says it for now, and then I'll let y'all know in the comment section if I was saying it right or not. Kwame's response was, are you? And it's not the first time that we've seen him say something that was like, why was that your response? Like last week when she was asking do you want to settle down? And he was saying, why wouldn't I? Like, his responses sometimes are not given the energy that they need to be given. I don't know. I will say that I understand where he's coming from, in the sense that he was talking about, well, you have somewhere to go if you need to decompress. You need to take a breather from all of this Love is Blind stuff, from the energy and stress of getting married in this way and all of those things. He's not around his family. From what we can see, he's not even talking to his mother, who seems to be very important to him. He is, in a different city. He's not in his own space. Everything really is Chelsea space, Chelsea space, Chelsea space, her family, her, city, her living style. He saw her apartment with all the pink. I get why that is overwhelming to him, because I'm a type of person that likes to have space, like, and not even space in the sense like get away from me, but space in the sense that you have somewhere that feels like your own. Like, for example, this bookcase that I got from Amazon is like my happy place. Like, I can put all my things on it, and it's cute, it's me, I got my yoga mat. It's very much like a place that I consider mine. I record my videos over here. And if you don't have a place like that, even if that place is just your couch and like that's your special place that you go to decompress, that can feel overwhelming. So I get him on that. And I do see in a way that Chelsea can be a little bit kind of in your face. She's very high energy, and Kwame's kind of chill, relaxed, So, and I'm not saying that can't work. I'm just saying, in this moment, with everything going on with Love is Blind and getting married and all these different things, that are major changes in his life, I understand why it feels like a lot. I don't think that makes him the bad guy. I do think that is going to be a hurdle for them to overcome, especially when he has to decide if he wants to move or not. I was also saying last week that I think the reason that he might end up saying no is because of his mom, and it came out this week that it's tied to religion. It's tied to his culture, which I knew. His African, is he Nigerian? I forget. Ghana? It might be Ghana. His roots in Ghana, like, very important in his family, to his culture, to his religion. And I felt like that was the reason why his mom was kind of hesitant, and it came out this week that is the reason why. And then we also found out that he doesn't want Chelsea to take his last name until he's able to get input from his mom. And I'm kind of on the fence about it. I get it. You want your mother's approval. They seem like a very tight-knit family. I get that. At the same time, you're a grown-ass man, you gotta make these decisions. I feel for him because I know that that's gonna be a tough decision. At the end of the day, I think I am rooting for them. I want them to work it out. I love them together. I think Kwame has some things that he can work on, and Chelsea has some things that she can work on, like everybody. But I really do like them together, and I hope his mom can come through. So for Micah and Paul, not too much this week. Micah did bring up the location, the distance issue when they were having lunch, I think. And Paul was like, absolutely no, I don't want to move. Well, I think he said he wouldn't want to move, but he'd be open to it. I feel a little iffy on that. I feel like really, realistically, he doesn't want to move. That being said, they were physically making and personalizing their wedding bands. So I can't see either of them saying no. Am I rooting for them? No. Am I rooting against them? No. I'm kind of actually indifferent when it comes to them. And maybe that's because we haven't really seen a lot of them together as a couple. I feel like we've seen a lot of Micah. Like I said this last week too, and I don't feel like it's changed. We've seen a lot of Micah and a lot of like Micah talking to other people. So Micah's friend Heather, that's her name, right? Heather or Holly, one of the two. Her friend Heather is always got something to say. Yeah. I don't like him. You don't deserve this, blah, blah, blah. But we haven't seen a lot of their interaction together, and maybe I'm just not picking up on it. But from the little that I do see, they seem to get along. I can't see either of them saying no. So we'll see what happens. Where do I even start with Miss Ma'am? Jackie, girl, what are you doing? I don't think I can start with Jackie, so let me start with Marshall. Remember last week when I said I didn't feel like Jackie felt like she deserved a good man in her life? She wasn't ready for it. She needed toxic love. She needed someone that had more of a bad boy type of aura to him. I think he is like actually too good of a person for her in this moment that she's in her life right now. Because I don't think that she thinks that she deserves a man as good as Marshall. She doesn't feel like she can function without having a little bit of turbulence, because it seems that her life has turbulence, and that's trauma that she needs to work through, but I don't think she's ready to work through it. Now let's do a wraparound. Now she's saying Marshall, the real reason, which we all could see from a mile away, is that Marshall is too emotional for her. He's not She need that toxic thug love. That's what she needs.
It's that gangsta love, that just stop me bugging.
And the thing is, I don't even see Josh as a thug, but he has that bad boy vibe that she's looking for. Before everything, and y'all know what everything is, popped off, and Marshall was doing his confessional, and he was saying, I don't understand how you go from being so sure about something, so sure about someone, to not knowing at all. His eye, when I saw his eyes, I was like, my boy is hurting. He is hurt. He loved this girl, and she is just, she is just not looking good. Here's my thing. Not being ready is okay, but you have to communicate that. Completely not showing up to the wedding dress selection / fitting was such a slap in the face to Marshall, because he's excited. You know, he knows things aren't perfect, but he's trying on his shirt. And then Britt comes up and says, hey, your fiance isn't there. And I went back and forth on if I was like, that's not Britt's place. But I get it. It kind of, somebody needed to tell him. Imagine he's there excited, and then he finds out that Britt knew and didn't tell him and didn't let him know. So as a friend, yeah, I think he pulled him to the side, and I think I'm okay with the fact that he told them that. I felt like he needed to know. She should have told him. She shouldn't have had that man. She knew where he was going. She knew what that day was. Not showing up to the dress fitting was enough. Not showing up to the dress fitting so that you can go have lunch with another man was the rotten cherry on top of the rotten cake. You know what I mean? Like, you could have just not gone. You could have stayed home and scrolled Instagram. You could have stayed home and sent some text messages or something. But you decided you weren't only not going to show up, but you were going to go meet another man while you did it. Not tell your fiance. And then when he walked in the door and approaches you about why you weren't at the fitting, you go, hey, like nothing's wrong. Girl. Okay, I'm gonna talk more about her later, so I'm a pause on her. Wanting to keep the ring is ridiculous. And I'm just gonna say this because I'm pretty sure that an engagement ring is a conditional gift, meaning it's given to you on the condition that you're gonna marry someone. So if you don't marry them, then you have to give it back. So it's not her ring to keep. Marshall's being the bigger man, of course, by allowing her to keep that and throwing a little shade in there about every time you look at it, you gonna remember me. And she will. She might not see it that way now, but she will. Jackie saying that she needed to do some self-work, I think that might have been the most honest with herself that she's been since this entire thing started. Clearly, I am not rooting for them, and neither is Marshall, because word on the TikTok streets is that he has a new boo and he looks happy.
This was posted to a Reddit thread, and his new girlfriend is apparently a nurse practitioner.
Okay, I guess I have to talk about these two as a couple now. They deserve each other. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Jackie ended up ghosting him after this entire thing was over, because I don't think she really wants to be with anybody. I think in that moment he felt like somebody she wanted to be with. It was good for the show, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if neither of them show up to the reunion. Have some decorum. You're a black woman on TV. They already don't look at us in a good light. Please don't get out here and show your ass for all of America and non-America to see. That's her. On the part of Josh, as a man, for you to know that she's skipping something and meeting up with you when you know she has a whole fiance. I don't care how short amount of time they've been a fiance. You knew you were signing up to meet these people, quickly get engaged, quickly get married, see if it works out. You as a man participating in her meeting up with you, knowing where she should have been and that she didn't tell her man she was meeting with you, and then kissing her at the end of that meeting, yeah, you're trash too. Sorry, not sorry. I don't work in reality TV, but I work near it, and I understand that sometimes producers of TV shows will script things to create drama, or, you know, whatever. That's, you know, we love the drama in reality TV. For a lot of us, that's why we watch it. That being said, I don't believe that you can script this level of shadiness. Okay, y'all, I might stand corrected. I pulled this screenshot directly from Jackie's TikTok account, and she said that lunch that she had with Josh was actually after her and Marshall broke up, which obviously we know in the show it didn't play out like that. They showed that she had the lunch and then they split. So that's what I mean, scripted, in the sense that they can decide which order they want to put in. They can tell you to put a little extra shadiness on top of something. So we know that happens in reality TV. That makes me feel a little bit better, but not much. She's still shady AF. This is her image now, and his image now forever. People, especially her, people are always going to remember what that woman did because of the way that it played out. And that's the image that she has to carry with herself from now on. And if y'all don't know about the Love is Blind Reddit thread, they will drag you to hell and back, and then back again. Once they think something about you, that's what they think. And unfortunately, this is our first impression of her. So yeah, I don't think anyone would sign up to be that much of the drama just for the drama. Maybe they're just not good people in this situation. I'm not gonna say they're not good people, period, you know? I did call them trash a second ago, but you know what I mean. They're just, the way that they handled this is just not putting them in a good light. We don't need to know that your nipples got hard on the pod when you heard Josh's voice. Saying that you don't care how Marshall feels is outrageous. She literally used those words, I don't care, which is crazy to me. Saying that she's willing to be with Josh, I just don't get it. A little bit of me is thinking that maybe she just wanted to be on TV and that she thought her cuteness would make people dislike her less, even though she is playing the villain, even though she is playing the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy. Duh.
Shading a man like Marshall is only gonna look bad on her. It's the fumble of a century. I'm not saying he's perfect, but girl, he's definitely gonna be the one who got away, and I can almost guarantee that. So am I rooting for Josh and Jackie? No. Double thumbs down. The next batch of episodes are the weddings, and those are coming out on April 14th, which is this Friday. I'm gonna try to get my commentary up either same day, Friday, after it, or early Saturday, so that we can discuss before the reunion on that Sunday. As for the reunion, Netflix announced that it's going to be live, which means we're watching it as it's actually happening. I'm thinking of doing a live stream. Now, it gets a little complicated because you're not technically allowed to live stream. You're not technically allowed to live stream a full Netflix show, but I think if I don't show it, it might be okay. So I'll figure out which way I want to do it. I'll either go live while I'm watching it and kind of mute it, you know, when I'm talking, so that I don't get a flag for, you know, or I don't get DMCA'd for using someone else's content, basically. And then we can do a live chat on the live video. It allows me to bring commentary in the way that I'm used to bringing commentary, which is talking about it. So I might do it that way, but stay tuned for that. That's it for this video. I will catch you on Friday or Saturday for my commentary on the weddings, and we will be talking about this live reunion. Subscribe.
Feel your energy.